On this episode of Exploring Weird New York, the team investigates a historic Victorian-era mansion in New York's southern tier. The house holds decades of stories about paranormal events with eyewitnesses.
One time I was standing here at the bottom of the stairs, and one of the committee workers came down the stairs. It was just him and I in the entire building. And he was halfway down the stairs, and next thing you know, here comes a bouncy ball bouncing down the stairs after him.
And all of a sudden you hear kind of like little murmurs coming from the next room, and you'll hear them, and you know there's nobody there, but you'll hear the voices, and you want to walk over and see if there is anybody there, and you'll go, and there's nobody there.
Will the team find proof of supernatural events?
Were you guys just thumping around up there?
What is that?
What is that?
Find out next.
One that really sticks out in my head was downstairs in the basement. We were there with a group, and we were standing all in a circle, and there was a room behind me. Nobody behind me. Everybody was accounted for. And then next thing you know, I feel like somebody has a fist, and they're pushing it into the back of me. It was just a quick one, but I, of course, got out of the way because there was, of course, nobody behind me, and it wasn't a matter of seconds later that this girl that was in the group a little ways down got pulled into a corner.
Kind of like little murmurs coming from the next room, and it's really hard to describe because you'll hear them, and you'll go, and there's nobody there.
And that freaked the entire group out. Some stayed. Myself and the other girl left the building. That was one of my most scariest experiences.
One moment I was on the third floor. It was in the surgical room, and actually we were doing a ghost hunt that night. I just kept feeling something, motion on my back, just feeling on my back, like pressing up against and moving. I'm sitting in the middle of the floor where nothing's touching me at all. Other people have had their share of stories other than me, but it's an amazing house.
So you ready for tonight? I heard you got a good case.
Yeah, actually, we've got a case out in Andover, New York. It's at an old Victorian mansion they nicknamed the Brick. It was built quite a long time ago, and ever since some of the former owners passed away, and with its odd history, it seems like there's quite a bit of paranormal activity going on. I got eyewitnesses, and we're going to go interview them and talk to them.
Cool. Sounds like you guys are going to have a good night.
Yeah, I'm just going to be leaving here in a couple minutes, and then we're going to go out there and meet the rest of the crew now.
If you want to finish getting everything ready, I will give them a call, let them know that you're going to be heading out in about 10-15 minutes and that you'll see them shortly.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
iced, so I told him iced.
Oh.
Sure.
Hot. I was thinking hot, but iced is good.
I didn't know, so
That's okay.
I was like, pick one and give me it. I'm like,
Hey, I'll drink it. I don't care. Coffee's coffee. Does it always gotta rain during our investigations?
So the home was built in 1876 by Dr. William Crandall.
Okay.
He built it as a home for himself to live in, a mansion. It got near completion and it had burnt. They thought it was suspicious because it's before electricity, gas, all of that. Later became a sanitarium. After that, Hattie Eggleston and her husband Vernon, he actually ended up passing away due to illness in California. Because of Hattie loving the area, she came back to town here and opened a birthing home where 614 babies were born in this house. Hattie's actually buried in the cemetery here in town.
Okay.
She died in 1951 and sat here for many years vacant. When then the McCardles had bought it and they planned on turning it into a nice French restaurant. But because of his work and stuff, they didn't have time to do it. And while we were here, it was pretty amazing that people started calling us, you know, and they're like, we want to investigate your house. And we are unfamiliar with the paranormal, the whole paranormal thing. And we're like, what do you mean by investigate? You know, we don't even know what it was. So we sat in on a couple of them, but the more that we heard and the more our actors and volunteers that help us here at the haunted house came, you know, they all had stories. And everybody, you know, until we all started talking and stuff, you know, it's just like, okay. We all understood each other. And what's amazing about the house is not only does it have history, is every group that's been here has found evidence on every floor.
well, that's an easy prop. All you do is they gotta pick up a cord and it the lights go off.
Alright guys, so we got 5 cameras set up. We should have enough coverage to pick up anybody moving between the different rooms and stuff. Just be careful you don't trip on the cords when you're going through.
Yes.
And be really, really careful. Make sure that you're not falling over stuff when you're moving around. So I think we're good for lights out and go ahead and start.
Okay.
We're in first floor, and I have no idea what room this is supposed to be, by the front door. Set an audio recorder down, and the time is 10:52. I'm just gonna have a seat right here. Is there anybody in here that wants to speak with us? We came a long way to speak with you. We just want to talk to you. There may be a way for us to contact you and have a conversation.
Can you come and touch one of us if possible? We just want to know you're here with us.
Can you give us your name? Pass me the camera for a little bit. I've got a camera in my hand, and I'm pointing it here at Steve. Can you come over and take his hat?
Well, you'll have to give it back, of course.
Try and take his hat. I've asked this quite a few times before at other places that I've been, and nobody has ever taken Steve's hat. Any takers?
If you're here with us, please let us know. Because we're going to be moving on shortly here.
Can you just let us know that you're here in the house with us? All we want to know...
All we want to know?
All we want to know is if you're here.
Stop for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Do one of you guys whisper "and you"?
No.
Timestamp that, Tim.
Okay.
I heard you say "and you" and something came behind you and said "and you."
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey guys, throw a timestamp at whatever time it is right now. We might have got something on the camera audio.
It just got real cold here.
Sorry, it was 11:12.
Alright, thank you.
Okay. The hair on the back of my arms is standing up. I can feel it.
Were you trying to tell us something? It's not often that we pick up EVP's on-camera audio, but it does happen. I've had it happen.
Please tell me you got that on audio.
Well, if he heard it, it should have.
My camera just died.
Did it?
Yeah, I was at full.
Oh, great. Okay. Turn it off, turn it back on. Let's see.
It just turned on by itself. I didn't touch it.
That's weird. Tim and Steve with Chris were in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It is creepy in here with all these mirrors.
It
I'm not
is.
gonna lie. It's kind of, well, because you're standing here and it's like you see your shadow and your reflection everywhere, but even though it's relatively dark in here, it's still kind of creepy. Can you make a noise for us, please? We just want to know that you're here. We would really appreciate it if you made a noise. Bang on a wall or come over and try and talk with us again. Do you still have that thing in your hand? The piece of metal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. you were moving it around in your hand?
No.
No?
No.
Because it sounded like a...
I heard that.
What is that?
What is that?
sounded like something dragging across the floor.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. What did you hear?
I heard something being dragged.
I heard that.
Loud.
Yeah, so did I.
It sounded like,
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Hey, have you guys moved anything upstairs? Nope, we haven't moved anything.
Timestamp that, Tim. I mean, we could try and recreate that noise. See what possibly could have been.
Yeah, I don't even know what.
Open up what's in that room behind you? Because that was awful loud for it to be not too far away from us.
All right, I'm gonna come over.
Here, let me shut this door.
Oh!
Oh! It was a door.
It was the door.
It was a door.
Come on.
Here, let me shut this door.
Oh!
Oh! It was a door.
It was the door.
It was a door.
That's it.
that might have been it.
But nobody
There's
was
nothing
here.
to move that door.
No, there isn't. Okay, go.
All right, hold on, Steve, come with me.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go. Just sit in here. I'll shut this door and then
Yeah.
I'll go out
You want
there.
my flashlight?
Huh? Yeah. Give me your flashlight for a second. All right. And I'm gonna go out there and move it.
Mm-hmm.
You just tell me when. Okay.
All right, yep.
Okay, go ahead.
That's exactly what it was.
That's what it was.
It's dead on. Do it again.
Okay. All right.
It's exactly what it was. But from a distance, it actually sounds more like a chain.
Yeah.
Because that sounds pretty close to that metal, too.
Well, there's like a piece of paper or something underneath there. Wait.
Okay, that ball was not there. That ball was not there. Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because we walked through here.
Timestamp that.
Yeah. Throw me another timestamp, guys.
11:43.
I have no explanation for it. I really don't. The ball wasn't there when we came through, and then we heard this, and I'm telling you, it was a door. Whether it was being closed or whether it was being opened, both sound almost identical to me. And then when we came to look to investigate it, this ball right here, which is now in the chair, was right there on the other side of the threshold. So, I don't know.
Is there anybody here with us? I heard you made this ball move quite a distance for the other guys. Can you try and top that for us? The millimeter on the floor. And if you go anywhere near that thing sticking out of it, it'll start lighting up. Can you go near it for me? Even just a little bit? Were you guys just thumping around up there?
That would be a no. We didn't move an inch.
Was it you making the noise? Can you do that again?
Alright guys, it's getting kind of late, so let's go ahead and pack things up and head home.
you guys have a good time?
Yeah, it was actually interesting. We had a few things happen. We had one team was downstairs, and we were hearing noises and stuff near the old kitchen area.
Okay.
And so they were listening. They kept on hearing what sounded like footsteps, but nobody was moving. So then Chris, me, and Steve went down there and started looking around, and we actually heard what sounded like dragging or a door opening or something. So we went and checked it out, and there was a door that had opened into, I guess, what looks like what could have been an old dining room. And we reproduced the sound that we had heard. Well, there's like a piece of paper or something underneath there. And then we found out that we had gone walking through that area just before we had gone into the kitchen area, and there was a ball in the middle of the floor that had rolled across the room. And I talked to Michaela not long after that. She had actually seen that same ball, and she had moved it on the other side of the room. So
it was nowhere near.
It was, if that ball had been where it was when we walked through, we would have tripped over it because it was in the doorway. It was on the other side of the room when we came in.
Nice.
So that was pretty interesting. And we had just heard random noises throughout the night that we couldn't knock down.
Gotcha.
There was actually one period where we were in the living room, I guess it would be, one of the parlors, and there was a voice that we caught on audio, and then right after that, one of the cameras went dead on a full battery.
Oh, that's interesting.
Can you just let us know that you're here in the house with us? All we want to know. All we want to know? All we want to know is if you're here.
Stop for a second. Do one of you guys whisper "and you"?
All we want to know. All we want to know? All we want to know is if you're here.
Stop for a second.
So it was actually pretty interesting. It was a pretty cool night.
Awesome. God, I wish I could have been there with you guys. Sounds like you had fun.
Well, we'll definitely be going back pretty soon.
Oh, I hope so.
I definitely want to schedule a follow-up. So
that'd be great.
Once we go back there, we'll bring it along.
That'd be awesome.
Nice. So I guess we'll take what we got and go show them. Okay. So we definitely had an interesting investigation. I'm looking forward to getting back there at some point and checking it out again. We'll do a follow-up investigation and see what else we come up with.